Hi guys, I have here the mock-up of the latest revisions you asked for, including the additional sheets like the overall site plan and the demo plan. So if we zoom in on the site plan, we can see the orange outlined, or the orange walls that we'll be demolishing. So here's that existing bathroom that's going to be demolished. And here we can see the existing garage that we're expanding out from. And so we can see in dark gray the outline of the new home. Fireplace here to get demolished. But if we zoom in further here on the site plan, we can also see that we've addressed the concern about where the heat pump might go, and the fact that we'll take steps down from the new living room expansion, and we'll probably build a little bit of a concrete path from here. This is not the final at all, but we'll build a path to this existing concrete line. And we've got this pathway between the new bathroom, the rec room bathroom, and the existing shed. Plenty of space to work around and walk around to put one or two heat pumps here. Or for now, I'm showing one heat pump on this side and then another heat pump over here outside of your bathroom, outside the office bathroom. And again, we could put both here. We could put both here. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. There's something to be said about two noise producing units being right next to each other are going to be 3 decibels louder combined than they would be separate. So it maybe makes sense to show them split like I'm doing here. All right, let's go ahead and zoom to the next sheet, which will be the demo plan. And as we can see, we are demolishing almost everything, but not everything, right? We're keeping this length of wall. We're keeping these walls here. The gas meter, very importantly, is to remain, although the electrical meter will be moving. And we're keeping tons of existing walls here and here. In fact, this whole roof is probably existing to remain. The rest of the second story addition, we'll see. But then we are demolishing an awful lot of the existing. But there's not a lot of value to this part here, right? You know, it's sloping already. Okay, so, and then upstairs, it's almost a complete demolish, like I said, other than the fact that we are keeping these existing walls. Okay. Now, for the next sheet, zooming in on the ground floor, not much change, right? I tweaked the size of this powder room. It's amply sized. No one's going to bump into the toilet. We'll put a floor stopper right here. I've got patio doors leading out from here, from the existing vaulted living room underneath the corner skylights. I still like this a lot. I think this is going to be a very glassy corner, very fun corner here. But yeah, stepping out here to the side yard makes sense. Look, you can see I've put the heat pump right where your existing heat pump unit is. Only with the right contractor, with the proper contractor, you'll see all of those exterior pipes are going to be put inside the wall, into the gut. So you don't see all of that, what looks like extra gutters running along the wall here. The bedroom office is still amply sized. I've given you a wider 3-foot wide pocket door, which can be mostly left open. Nice little wet bar here. I've done a little wing wall here that would support the extended line of the second floor playroom above. So this wing wall here acts as a support structurally for that loft, as well as an end cap for the wet bar and upper cabinets. I like this a lot. Let's study it in 3D to make sure you like it before you say yay or nay though. Unless you're absolutely opposed to it now, let me know. I'll eliminate it, but I think it makes sense. And then let's see, so moving on, of course, the space I took from the garage has now been given to the 2-story tall dining room. So now it's 12 feet in this dimension and still almost 26 feet in this dimension, and it'll be a full 2 stories tall and very, very glassy. I don't think we asked for any changes to the kitchen layout, but I did pick up the 3-foot wide doors here for the downstairs guest suite, as well as a curbless shower for them. Extended the countertops and cabinets here when you come inside from the garage. The garage is slightly narrower. Plenty of space here to store some stuff along the side of the garage before you hit the existing walkway. But yeah, we'll be taking out that tree, no big deal. I've moved the trash cans out, so they're now conveniently just open this door, and you don't even have to step down to flip the lid open to get these trash cans filled up by your kitchen debris. But then there's plenty of open space here, so I can still have a nice window to look out onto maybe an accent plant right here. Maybe we transplant this tree over there. And then here's the heat pump. Plenty of space between here and, you know, where I'd maybe do a new extended walkway to connect here and here. Because right now I think we turn and you know, there's a bit of a walkway area here in front of this bathroom, but this is all going to get reconfigured, and we'll detail that out later. Oh, one thing, I want to go back to the site plan real quick and talk about, so when we're doing your master balcony above the rec room deck here, and I've eliminated those balcony posts, I want to say I do think that this tree trunk is in the right spot relative to the pool geometry. And it does seem like it's pretty far from the house. We don't have a drip line from the surveyor, but it does seem like it's still pretty far away from the house, enough so that I don't think you'd have to do any trimming from the balcony up here. And if I'm wrong about that, it should be at the very least very minimal pruning to keep that tree away from your balcony guardrail. All right, let's go back downstairs. I also wanted to show that, again, I did eliminate the posts for the balcony above for the master suite, and then I've eliminated completely the balcony here that was leading off the upstairs mezzanine. Okay, I missed extending the glass wall to the corner since this moved out a foot. Obviously, the glass wall needs to move up a foot as well. I'll pick that up later, but still very, very classy rec room. Very cool. And these doors can still slide into this pocket, giving quick access to this bathroom, having a very open rec room, family room situation. There's another bathroom here and another bathroom over here if we need it. So lots of options downstairs, but let's head upstairs now. So we come upstairs past the elevator core, and no changes over here on the left side. That's been locked in for a couple revisions now. But I have eliminated the balcony. Looks like I kept some sliding glass doors. You know, maybe just keep it locked, or maybe I'll replace it with a window later. My bad. But I did show now that while I'll coordinate with the structural engineer to make it so that we can have a ramp done, like we talked about, I want to maybe just do 2 steps here up instead. And then in the future, if you need to, we'll be able to remove those steps. And what remains and what's built over the ramp, and you can have the ramp exposed if and when that's ever needed. But then we still come up to the door here, and with a level walkway here built over the ramp, I just feel like that's going to be a lot nicer looking, a better way to experience too the dining room out here. I suppose we could move the steps out here, could move the steps outboard. We'll explore that in the 3D model. Maybe that's the cleanest way to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, the bedroom hasn't changed since the last iteration. I don't think we asked for any changes here, but we did make some changes. You know, the corner glass here makes total sense. The balcony is still the same size as the bedroom, but I have biased the sliding glass towards that corner glass option here. That way perhaps we can just have a nice solid wall here for both the curtains and just for your bed wall. Right? Maybe we don't always want glass all the way over here, but again, we can study that in 3D, but I think having a little cozy nook for the bed is nice. And then last but not least, looking at the master suite bathroom and walk-in closet reconfiguration, I think you're going to be very happy with this. So we have expanded over the downstairs covered patio that leads into the downstairs rec room bathroom. And there's a covered outdoor shower downstairs now as well. But by expanding over here, we've got a nice 4-foot by 6-foot shower with a nice 6-foot wide tub adjacent to that. Plenty of coordination, or plenty of open flow space around here. Opportunities for towel bars galore. And then I did opt to flip the vanities and the water closet room top to bottom here, because I think when the pocket doors open from the bedroom, it's going to be nicer to look out across your vanities and see the nice window that's going to be here, rather than just this art wall and the water closet. Let me know what you think about it, because I could revert it back. It doesn't have to be this way, but I just think this is a little bit nicer, right? You're standing here, maybe brushing your teeth, looking out this window, but then you're not too far distant from a conversation that might be happening with someone else in the bedroom. And then what I really liked about this too was that instead of having the vanities back against this wall and feeling like I was walking past a very thin wall or doubling up that wall to make it feel a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Prominent or hefty. I feel like now when we walk past the water closet, now we've got an opportunity for this to be something special, like maybe an arched cased opening or just some sort of cased opening. But we're walking past something quite hefty now to get to the more private and secluded bathing side of the bathroom. So I really like this. I'm curious to hear your feedback, of course, and if you wanted to flip this back, no big deal. I think you're going to like this because we talked about that in the meeting. And again, we are taking the square footage practically all the way up to or down to 0, right? Having a 5 square foot balance here just means that if I moved a wall even another 1/4 of an inch, it would take us over on the square footage. So we are maxed out here, but in a very awesome way. Look at the size of this 2nd story opening, or this 2-story opening up here. I'm very excited about this, guys. I hope you are too. I can't wait to start 3D modeling this if everyone's ready to sign off on this floor plan that we've got here. Thank you so much, guys.